Hello, my name is Matthew, and the past couple days I've been reading The Nun by Denis Diderot. I finished it last night, and this really has been the summer of French decadent literature for me, and it has been great, wild, fun. Some of the things that I've been reading the past few weeks, some I've talked about on camera, others maybe not. But I just talked about Bellamy by Maupassant. Recently read The Lady of the Camellias by Alexander Dumas Fils. Manon Lasco by Abby Prevost. I know I'm not saying any of these correctly. I apologize. And short stories by the Marquis de Sade. And I was still in the mood for dirty French books, and so I read The Nun, which I've read before, so it wasn't altogether a surprise. But when I think about decadent books, um, there is an amusing, perverse, entertaining value in reading people doing dirty, naughty things. The Marquis de Sade, his short stories, very long, repetitive novels, is probably the height, the most extreme that you could possibly get. And it's so over the top that it's probably because I have a dirty mind, but it's so over the top that I just find it wildly amusing. And some of the most horrible things make me smirk and think, like, what on earth? This guy's insane. Now, The Nun by Diderot. This book is wholly different. It is bone chilling and eerie, and it's dark, it's depraved, horrible things happen in this book. None of it is amusing. It puts tears in your eyes. Now, the premise of the book is that it's this poor girl, this young teenage girl, essentially thrown into a convent and being forced to become a nun. The title of the book is ironic, not in an amusing, fun way. She's not a nun, she's a prisoner. She's being held hostage. We learn that all of this is a result of the fact that she learns that her family, her parents, she has two older sisters, they get married, and we're kind of told there's no more money left for the dowry. I don't really understand how dowries work. And so you have to go into a convent. We later learn that she's an illegitimate child, and she's this kind of moral stain in her mother's eyes, a physical manifestation of a weak moment in her life. And her father, the husband, is rather suspicious of this as well, but doesn't know. And they just throw this girl into a convent, and there's a series of her going from one convent to another convent, and it's getting worse and worse and more brutal. These nuns are just terrorizing her, and verbally and physically, psychologically, torturing her and tormenting her and brutalizing her. And it's all written in a rather matter of fact reportage. This is what is her name again? now I can't remember her name. I'm bad with names. But this poor girl, she's writing this to someone outside of the convent, in the hopes of possible escape, or to tell her story, to show the horrors and nightmares, the terrible things that are happening in this monastic religious order, this lifestyle, this hidden prison in these walls. The nuns, in the dark of night, will break glass in her cell and the hallways around her cell. They'll take hot iron rods, red hot iron rods, leave them on the ground in the hopes that she'll shred and burn her skin, her feet, her hands. They starve her. They don't give her water. They walk on her. They just trample on top of her. No clean clothes, and she's just starving and being tortured, and it's horrible. Now, violence, torture, imprisonment, all the kinds of things that you might find in the Desaad, for example. The striking difference is how seethingly angry this book is. This is a book that is an attack. It's a social attack on religion, on the horrible things that someone can do in the name of God, formalized religious institutions like the church and the order of nuns and priests. It's not a satire, or rather, it's just more than a satire. This is just an all-out assault on what is really going on in these convents. Now, as a modern day reader, at least here in the United States, when I think about convents and nuns, it seems rather exotic or obscure, or something from the distant past. There's still convents around, but it's not ubiquitous. The time that this book was written, convents and nuns were much more popular, much more in the public eye. The social awareness of this was really integrated into the times. And so, for as shocking and as bone-chilling as this book is to still read now, I can't imagine what it must have been like to read it at the time. And I don't know if this was... I know that Diderot was notorious, very much like Voltaire, for publishing things anonymously. Diderot also had a lot of things published posthumously. But this book was a scandal when it came out, and it is every bit as shocking to read today. So it's not like these other books where I've sat down and had a lot of fun. This was instead quite a sobering experience, and I'm glad that I read it. Something that I was just looking at, this is translated by Russell Goulbourne. Goulbourne. And it really does sound like he's another illegitimate child with parents that were very unhappy with him. Goulbourne. Anyway, it's a stupid joke. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you've read The Nun or Diderot, um, or French decadent literature, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you would like, and thank you and take care. Bye.